working on our baggage door. Got the piano hinge. Got it clecoed into place here. I got a little band to match the contour of the airframe here. So the edges taped here, just keep them kind of from scratching the fabric. And we're gonna pull this back off here, take it over here to the table, and we're gonna countersink some solid rivets here and get this thing set so it's ready to go. All right, we got our tools set up here. Don't really need much. I got my rivets countersunk. I got my countersink bit. Got a drill. We got our bit there. Got our rivet cutter if we need to shave those down, which will be important here since there's a hinge behind it. Make sure we got good clearance. And then our hand rivet squeezer. All right, let's pull this off and take it over to the bench. All right, let's start with this baggage door here. Pretty simple, but you can put some effort into this to make it look real nice. So I like to set up my table on sawhorses here, a little bit of scrap plywood, another little block for drilling. So what we can start with, let's get our Cleco pliers, and let's remove a couple of these. Okay, and we've got the correct bit in here for our 40. So let's throw this in the drill. Clean a few of these holes real quick. And we'll test fit these guys, get our depth right. So those will be nice and flush. A little bit of effort goes a long way here. Adjust this guy. These countersink bits are not cheap, but they are worth their weight in gold. That's going to be our depth. I like that. All right, let's line it up on the board here and let's rip them out. Now, check the depth here, see if we can get in with this hinge on, which we're not quite there. So I'm going to pull this hinge rod out, make this easy, and be able to do cleaner. All right. Let's grab one of these rivets. I'm gonna start in the center here, just in case I have to make an adjustment, kind of see how it goes from there. So let's line this up, open this guy up. Alright, so we'll center this, keep applying pressure on the countersunk side as I squeeze the back side of this rivet. Nice, uniform squeeze, nice and rounded, not falling over on itself, and completely flush on this side. Completely flush. That's a good feel. That's not going to take much paint or anything. That you won't even be able to see those rivets. It'll blend right in, especially with the epoxy primer that we use. It's a little bit heavy. It'll fill that in. It'll fill any rough blemishes on the surface of this, and then the top coat on that, while it's still kind of wet and tacky, this thing will be bulletproof and super high gloss. So I'm gonna throw the rest of these in here. Good to go. There we have it. Baggage door is riveted into place. Now we're gonna figure out how we're gonna attach this to the airframe. I don't really like riveting into the frame. I want this to be removable in case we have to replace this hinge. So we'll either sheet metal screw or PK screw this into the channel there, which is, you can do that pretty strong if you're careful, or I may use some rib nuts. We got enough here to kind of do either way. Yep, so let's take it back to the plane. All right, back over we go. Let's get it. All right, there she is. Solid, countersunk, flush. Good fit with that little bend. Very subtle bend. One of my cam lock or South Co fasteners will go right here. So it kind of actually adds a little bit of spring tension to it. That's how I did the last one too. It kind of just really closes it up. So we'll put one there and then one up here, and then probably two on the bottom, and then probably one in the back. So kind of gives it that built-in spring tension. I realized, so this one hasn't been done either. We're just sitting on Clecos, so I'm gonna pull this one and let's do some rivet work while we got everything set up. All right, let's pull it here. Got you guys. Same thing here, piano hinge. We got it all riveted into place. This one will probably definitely be just a PK screw here, or maybe in some, I can do nuts and little small screws on that one to hold that one in place. And get this one off. Another nice and flush. Won't even be able to see those. And nice round even mushroomed out solid rivets. There she is. Nice solid rivet action on the piano hinge. Those right there. We'll do real small screws with some nuts through this right here. That'll be perfect. And then I've got one hole already done up here where we'll put our back side of the fastener. And the nice thing about this door is there's a natural curve of the arc of the fuselage here. And when you fasten it up top here, it's gonna put a little bit of that spring pressure on this right here. One other thing I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna put a bend line in the door from here to somewhere over here to give it just a little bit of structure. So this back one will be completely flat here because it needs to be flat. This top side will be completely flat, but the bend will go across the middle, which will give the door some body, and it will add, it'll help it from being flimsy, but it will allow it to still sit flush on all of your sides. So we'll work on that next. All right, over here the box pan brake, removed a couple of our little teeth here, and I measured my V out to give it a little bit of bend in the middle. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. So we'll get just a little bit of structure there, keep it from being flimsy, but allow all the sides to be still completely straight. All right, she's back on there. Only temporary is the hinge there, click go into place. We've got our bends. Like I said, once again, clamp it up there with our Southco, and we've got a little bit of structure in this metal. It prevents us from having to do any sort of, channel or welt or structure behind it to keep it rigid. The thing is completely changed in its function. It's no longer wobbly like a sheet. It's rigid. So there you go, simple little hack like that. All right, baggage door. Got all our Southco fasteners in. His back ones had to kind of feed it in there with some safety wire, but those are set now. So good. And you got 4 on this one. You can see a little bit of spring tension on that. Door's super solid, especially with that grease.